Okay, so today we're going to talk about the array. So how to set up your array. Let's say, okay, we have something like this. So set up your array like this. So one, two, three. So let's just try to make them to be kind of like a string. Okay. So as you can see, later for instance, you have in the when you use Excel or Google Spreadsheet, so you have this like this. So you have row, and then after that you have cells. So row, and then you have cell, and then this is the column. So three columns, and then row, and then each box. So we're calling them cell in Google Spreadsheet or Excel. So now, for instance, we want to let's say you want to display this. You can see we have it like this. So this is kind of like playing around with the array. So you have it like that because most of the time when you use like you play with data and stuff, this one helps you to know how to manipulate data. So let's say for instance you want to access this element here. So here we're gonna count it. Let's say for instance we want to access the first row. You can see this is the first row that we access. So as you can see here, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, so this you can see you have the first row. So let's say for instance, if you want to access this or this one here, so we count one. So it's like 0, index 0, 1, 2. Okay, so we're targeting this one. So this one is going to be 1, and then we want to target. So let's just say second. As you can see there, now we want to target this one only. So we're gonna do this, and we do the same thing: 0, 1, 0, 1. As you can see, this is the way of accessing that one there. All right. So let's say, for instance, you want to change the data. So you want to change this to a different number. So let's say, for instance, so we target that one. Come here. Let's say we want this one to be this. You must change to not be 5. Let's say, for instance, 28. Okay, 28. As you can see, this row here is becoming 28. There. You see, so if you want to access to for you to see the old row, second row here, instead of 5, it's gonna be 5, 28, 6. Yeah. So this is the some cool stuff to do. So now, for instance, now you have you want to use let's say for instance to loop all the stuff. So we can have something like for loop, and then we have our index there 0. Now we want to see the length. Okay, so now, so I want to see the length. So before this one here, first let's be able, so that you can see how we do check length. Now let me just make it here so that you can see. So this length here is going to give us like 1, 2, 3. As you can see, let's say for instance we want to add some other stuff here. Let's say A, B, C. So see, we have 3, and then if you want to count, now there's a 3 row, so this one is giving us a row, and then if you want to count the column, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the column. So for the column you can do like this. You can see we have 4 columns there. Yeah, so this is kind of like a quick example. So now let's go back to our loop. So now let's say for instance we want to go through certain items here, and then so you can have, for instance, okay, so we have, okay, so as you can see here, so now what you can do, let's get HTML. So here now we're playing around with the items here. So HTML.push, and then we want those items. So which means that we're gonna have array here. As you can see, we have the stuff there. If you want to put some paragraph, okay, so there, okay, no, so here, let's put here, let's say UL, now paragraph, we can use this one here. So we're gonna use the line. We're just playing around so that you can see how to play with the arrays. Yeah, so you have this. As you can see, this is just the basic one. So we have this one here. We have to remove this. So this the one to remove that one. There is, you put this. If you don't put the joint here, so you're gonna have something like this. Empty to remove those stuff. So yeah, so you have all your row, as you can see, row 1, row 2. So imagine now those are the For instance, yeah, so you have cell 1, or it can just be like a box of item that you're selling, or let's say for instance like country. You can see there, put different country there. So you can see you have the stuff. Yeah, so this is the different way of so just to play kind of like around stuffs. See, let's say for instance we want to change this country there. So the way that you're gonna do from UK to United Kingdom, so it's gonna be 0 and then 012. You can see that has been changed. Yeah, so this is just kind of like a basic way of playing around with array. So in our next episode, we're gonna again go through different kind of scenario of removing and going through different kind of looping as well. Great stuff. Thank you.